Hello, floss tubers. Welcome to all of you who came back. Thank you for subscribing, and a huge welcome to everyone who is watching this video and my channel for the first time. My name is Anna, shortest for Anastasia, and I'm going to talk about what I have done this week. My whips, my FFOs. Don't have any FFOs, just FFOs. 2 this week, and a little bit of my haul towards the end, and probably some of the most exciting bit will be on me doing a floss toss on the baby sampler, the one I'm gonna bling massively. It's gonna be lots of beads and metallics going into it. So without further ado, we're gonna start with my FFOs actually. As you can see, I'm wearing one, and it's not designed for me, it's designed for my mom. I'm quite big chested, have a large chest, so this is not gonna stay. It's quite fiddly, but I wanted to show you that I can wear it, even if it just looks like a choker, but I can still wear it. So I finished this yesterday with the help from my hubby. You can see they're not really balanced well. It's 3 buttons, finished as a necklace. Oops, stop being twisted, it's irritating. 3 buttons. They come on a false suede ribbon. I went for the bold. The middle one is just origami. It looks like a timari pattern, and then you have 2 birds in the middle. I have done some modifications to it. I introduced French notes for the eyes with both birds. So I've cut myself today doing gardening. So this one, I don't know if you can see, but the back stitch is done using 2 threads, so the royal blue and the paler blue. And the royal blue is charted, the other blue was done with the same as the pale pink, and I just didn't see it working. I wanted more of the definition, more of the contrast, therefore I swapped it. And for the board, as I have mentioned last week in the previous video, I've adjusted one of those houses. They do look like houses, not containers, even though it's a boat. They look like houses. One of the cabins. Yeah, so I've used everything as recommended. It came from the current cross stitch magazine, the UK version. I think the one in America is slightly different. You still get the same kits, but like sometimes you would get them much later. I was watching someone's channel the other day, and they just talked about buying a new cross stitching magazine in America, and it came with a kit, which here came out in March, not in April. So it's a little bit of a delay. So it's a free kit. Everything was supplied, and they've given fabric, floss, and the actual ribbon to complete it with. I went for those 3 designs. There were 9 to choose from. On the bottom, you can see the plastic part has an opening. That took a while. I had to use it. Well, my husband had to use a knife to actually sharpen this bit so it can go through. The fabric they have given is the wrong count. I'm pretty sure it's the wrong count. This is 28. It should have been 32 because the one in the picture looks much better. For me, the design just doesn't fit. You can see it curls on the bottom, and that's exactly stretch to the measurements. So yeah, as I mentioned, sorry if it just hit the chair. My aim for this year is to stitch those 3 designs just as they come in, so they don't accumulate, because I already have a massive stock. What I would really love is to actually do 2, one which is current, one from the back pile. But I think this month I'm just have to stick to this. That's done. The new magazine should be here next week. It comes out on the 27th. If it comes out next week, I'm going to show you again. I've shown you previously what the preview looks like. A little pincushion. And I'm going to give you a choice which one you're going to do. I'm still undecided. I need to see what's in there. I'm going to see if they actually give you the cotton, what quality that cotton is. If not, I was thinking of doing patchwork about 3 years ago, so I have a lot of jelly rolls, and I can choose the fabric I like, and I might give it another try on my sewing machine. Another piece I have started and finished, complete, have an FFO, is a card for my hairdressers, little baby girl. Remember, I've stitched the Tree of Life, which I have given away to the framers. It's still with the framers, but I did tell them I don't want to pick it up until the Saturday actually go and see her, so I can pick it up and just walk to the hair salon instead of going through traffic. Traffic in Cambridge is awful on the weekend. It's the shopping capital of Cambridgeshire. Not nice if you live in Cambridge. So it came from this one, cross stitch collection. That's issue 200. I'm getting a headache again, so I do apologize if I mispronounce things or if I have to repeat myself twice. When I get a headache coming, I don't think this is going to turn into migraine, but when I have a headache just come in, I think I say something, but I actually use the wrong word. For example, I'm going to talk to my husband about what I'm going to have for dinner, but I would say what we're going to have for breakfast, that kind of thing. So this is 206, and ta-da! It's fully finished. I used everything as recommended. I didn't opt for a single modification. I used 18 count Ida, all the DMC threads as charted. I even went as far as I bought the card, which was recommended, and I don't regret it because it came in with the flip side, so I can actually glue it on top, and it looks lovely. It looks complete. It's completely finished, and I'm gonna zoom in. You can see that it's not just plain fabric. It has a little bit of a definition. I love this. I love this. It has an envelope. As soon as I finish showing to you, I'm gonna stick it in an envelope so it doesn't get affected accidentally. I love this. This took a couple of hours, but I stitch on hand really slowly. I tried to use the hoop. It was even worse. And I was gonna show you, every time you do those little cards, the kids, they say, oh, use double sticky tape. The one thing which has been godsend to me is this particular fabric glue. I bought it. This is my second bottle. You can see it's been stored upside down, so it's all moved. I have 2 more, so I kind of have 1 on each floor in the house. I first bought this type of glue back in 2002 when I was doing lots of knitting, and I told you, I probably mentioned before, I used to hate finishing my knitted objects. The seams would just look horrendous, and I used to work with synthetic thread once. It was a flat ribbon, so I had to use that particular one for the visual effect I wanted. I just kept ripping and ripping on the side, and this is amazing. Every time I would knit anything now, I would secure my knots with this because it becomes transparent and you need the tiniest amount. So for hiding all of your ends, for example, use this. It's amazing. And for my stitching, I use the same thing. So for example, if I had to frog and I cut my fabric and I'm worried, I use this. Because when it solidifies, it gets completely transparent. You can still, not using the stitching needle, but if you use the sharpened one, the one you use for back stitch, it will go for the glue and it will be invisible. I swear to you. This has been glued with this glue, and the glue is underneath it. So I glued it like, you know, you glue the glass to the wall, you use the glue stick. Same, so it has crosses here and dots, and you can see there's nothing coming in. And this stood the testament of time. Even items I've done back in 2004, 2002, still don't have any discoloration. I love this thing. It's the best fabric glue I've ever come across. I think it's American. No, it's English. You should trust more in the British quality, isn't it? Done in Middlesex, in England. In Wembley. I used to live quite close to Wembley in London, so yeah. Right, done with 2 FFOs. Onto my whip. I only have 1 working week at the moment, and that's my fuchsia. And I have done quite a bit of stitching in this week. I finished the flower. Remember, I told you about the whole saga with frogging, how much I frogged last week from there. Well, I can tell you now, if I didn't frog anything, that piece would have been finished by now. But as I have to frog, I now have to stitch everything I had removed. And what I had removed are those 2 bulbs and a little bit of the background. So that will take me, I guess, the whole week to complete. In the original piece, and if you watched my FFOs in the house, you would see the Romantic Collection Leonardo piece with the lady Sarah Moon. It has the signature of the artist. This one came with the signature of the artist, but this is going to my grandma and she's not young. So I went for really large initials. A for my first name, Anastasia. V for my first letter of my surname. And then the year it's finished. I was debating doing just A and then the year here, or doing A and a V slightly lower, but I might frog it. It's completely free stitched. I didn't use any pattern. I'll finish the whole piece, unroll it, have a look. I like the A, but I'm just not sure about V. Maybe it should have been slightly shorter, but that's all I've done on it. I even done all of the little dots. I don't like individual dots because it's a lot of securing your crosses. Every single cross has to be secured, like those letters on the bottom and the numbers. Each number had to be started and finished, so I wouldn't have any threads on the background. You can see there are no threads on the background. And I've done the stitching, all the back stitch. So yeah, hopefully when I see you again next Sunday for an update, this will be finished. I'll be so happy. As soon as I finish this, I'm sending the package to my mom. I wanted to send the package for my mom's birthday, end of May. It didn't happen. But now I have the necklace I can add. This is going to my grandma. As I mentioned, they live together, so I'm not going to leave one out. It's going to be gifts for both. And I'll show you then the two small and finished. Well, it's finished stitching, but they're not framed or anything. The two pieces from Michael Powell. They're going to my mom. Right, so that's it with FFOs and current whip. I'm really quick today, which is brilliant. Another thing I've been doing, and it took a while to get my head around it, is I've started to pull up the materials for this piece from the French magazine, just to remind you guys, those of you who didn't see my introductory video. This is a special issue of the French magazine. It's rather old. It's number 9 series. They do tell you yeah. It's April, May 2005. It's 12. It's rather old, but it's lovely. It's all for girls, all for princesses, and the design I'm stitching is on page 25. And it's very simple, just done with DMC threads. This is where I'm going to start modifying. I went for my fabric stash. I have all the neutral and different whites from Swigert. So I've decided I'm actually gonna stick with my casual linen. And this is white. So not antique white, not cream, just white. And I started pulling up the threads. So all the DMC you have on that ring are as charted. Haven't changed anything. They're exactly as they charted. I'm going to talk to you about Petite Treasure braid in a sec. The only color missing is the darker purple, but somehow that I had it, but I'm going to have about 2 meters, so I ordered. Hello, my second cat just arrived. Charlie. Sorry guys, that might be interesting for you. He's very needy today. I don't know why he's so needy today. I already brushed him twice. I fed him, I gave him treats, but he loves this room. He thinks he's the ruler of this room. Up. Charlie, say hi. That's my second one. That's a boy. He's pretty short hair and he has unretreatable claws. And you've been in the garden. He's cream and he doesn't like to be held. He's very opinionated, free-spirited, and he thinks he owns us, not the other way around. Yeah? I'm gonna let you go. He's just gonna stick around somewhere. He loves, as soon as I bring the camera out, he loves the attention. So I'm sticking to this fabric. I might use all of the DMC threads, but there is the but coming in. As you can see, I've started color matching it to the Petite Treasure braid collection. I have a lot of Petite Treasure braids. I'm going to show you guys. I think it's in one of my drawers. I'm really organized today. I have my card for Petit Treasure Braid. So even with this, like I knew maybe I needed to order extra colors. And I also have a cranic one, so I thought if I don't have Petit Treasure Braid, then I can go for cranic. A cranic one. I love the card. It's brilliant. It's a brilliant tool. But I still find working with Petit Treasure Braid is just easier for me. I don't know why. So this yellow is used extensively. DMC color 742 is used extensively in the crown. I'm not going to stitch this in crown. As soon as it's a crown, I'm going to be using this. The second color used in crown and in hair. If it's in hair, I'll stick to this. But if it's in crown, I stick to this. I know it's not an exact match, but the one between this and this was just too close to this. I wanted a bit of a contrast. There is this color, which is used in different parts. And if it's anything to do with metal, like the chair or the carriage, or where else is it used? Used on one of those crowns. Again, I will be substituting for Petit Treasure Braid. I then have two pink colors. If they're used in a dress, I'm going to stick to DMC. If they're used for lettering, and that's the lettering, so if they're individual, I'm going to use the Petit Treasure Braid. Same goes for yellow, so that would be gold. And the biggest issue for me is the white. That is a very big issue. That's why it took so long to play with different fabrics. So, can you see that the vast majority is that's like P for the prints, or R for oil. They're done in white on white. They don't recommend you using white or B5200. They recommend you use this color, this shade. And that's my envelope coming to play. So that's this pure bleached white, so B5200. This is the color they recommend you use. And it's just not contrasty enough. It's slightly better, but not exactly. So I have two options. Number one is I've pulled out the variations of threads, which I might be tempted to use instead. So you have DMC 762, the actual ecru. This color, I'm quite tempted. This is the next shade darker from the recommended one. This is 3866. The one we want is 3865. Or I might go for 822, which is close to ecru. So I'm going to show you again. So those three I've just shown you. You can see how close they are. Or I can go slightly the other way. I can use more yellow, more peachy, or more grayish, cold grayish blue. That's option number one. I need to stitch it to actually see. Option number two is I'm going to stitch in the recommended one, and I'm going to outline with the high luster. It's a high luster Petit Treasure Braid. So it's a more shiny one. It's white, but has a bit of sparkle. I don't want to stitch those letters just in Petit Treasure Braid because I think that would be too much bling. I still want them to be done in cotton. If I do the Petit Treasure Braid, it already will sparkle too much, which might be a problem because another modification I really want to do is to introduce some beads. I'm going to be using Mill Hill. I have a lot of Mill Hill. Some of it I had to pull out from various projects. I haven't shown you all my old whips. I have one whip I stopped working in 2004. Yep. Right, there are two golds I might use. This one. Or this one. This one I've never used. Well, I have used it in one of the tiny free chatelaines. I need to talk to you about my chatelaine and my fear of them. And this one I'm currently using in the Sleeping Princess by Mirabilia, design 123. I apologize for my nails. They're going to be done on Wednesday. For the red, they recommend you just use one red, but I'm not going to do just one because there's various parts. So what I thought I will do is, depending on where it is in the design, I might use this one. I like this one. This again is used in the Sleeping Princess. This one I bought because I think it's used in a Gypsy Mermaid. I love this one. I have this one. I haven't transferred it yet. It's very matte, but that looks like the one they have used in the magazine. So there is one. I actually have one pink, so I might use this, because if you look on the design, it has a queen and has two princesses, so depending on the age. And also this one has a dress, and I recommend you use French knots. I'm not going to use French knots, I'm going to be using beads. I want to bling this up. If they have red on the ground, I might use gold, or I might use red, or I might use pink. It has a prince in the letter P, and I think to give you a more masculine look, I'm going to use those ones. I love those ones. Again, I had to pull those ones from my Sleeping Princess. Or I can play with those three. So for the dress, see, she has white, French knots, there's no way. I can give it white, tiny glass beads in white. Or I might start playing with the prince and with her with purple. Have this purple, small one, so it's petite glass bead. This one, this is also petite glass bead. Some of them were bought for the Juliet, not the mystery sampler from Mirabilia, but the old one, 2014 01. I bought it. It's a half kit you buy, so they came with the beads, and I like this. So this might be quite nice for the prince, more masculine. I will use at least 4 different colors of beads, and I will be using petite treasure brace. So I think when I start actual stitching, it will be much more fun. It will start coming to life. I'm not going to start it until I finish my fuchsias, or at least until Wednesday. If I haven't finished my fuchsias by Wednesday, which might be the case because I will be late at school several times this week, then I'll just for fun give it a go. But I would prefer to get the fuchsias out of the way, wash, iron them, send the packet, well, record a short video to show you, or maybe do it on my phone and then add it for the longer one, and then send it off. It's gonna shake it, guys. Right. So that's my super immediate plan. That's my current whip, my 2 FFOs. Now let's talk about a little bit of retail therapy I have done this week. I have not purchased it in this month. I purchased it in early May. Just my neighbors went on a scientific conference. They received my parcel, and then they went on a conference and they have forgotten to give it back to me. So I was like urgently writing to the girl, saying like, oh my god, I haven't received the parcel. It's been over a month. I've been contacting my post office, and the parcel came from Russia, so maybe it got lost. And then, believe it or not, I've emailed the girl, and she's like, oh, please double check. We need to sort it out because it says it's been successful and delivered twice. But I haven't received a note. In England, they give you notes saying, sorry, we have missed you and what to do to get your parcel. And I haven't got it. And never happened. I have a really nice postman. He knows what to do if I'm not at home. So he just gave it to my neighbors. But they went on a conference. Where I live, the vast majority of people are research scientists or the medics or the physicists or biologists. So they went to America for a large conference and then just had a little bit of a holiday in the end. And they came back the same day. I emailed the girl and knocked on my door and said, are you trying to open a postal business because you have all of those parcels? Yeah. Right, so first thing I'm going to show, you have seen before this week, that kit from Dimensions. So you should have seen it in my Dimensions stash. I'm not going to dwell on it. Love this. Took a long time to get. Another piece I got, which I've mentioned previously, is the out of print Mirabilia. Bought this on eBay. It came with the fabric, recommended fabric, and all of the bling material you're gonna need, including cranic, the beads, and the charms. And the girl was nice enough, she even gave me DMC 28 size needles. Beautiful kind of mermaids. This is 0.57. They discontinued. There are still 50 out of all the ones. There's still 18 big mermaids in Mirabilia. Only one has been discontinued. The lovely RA has been showing this one. If you like this design, I would recommend you buy it sooner rather than later, because they're only going to go higher and higher in price on eBay. This was a very good deal with everything included. I have a couple from the ones you can still buy in my collection, and I intend to collect them all. I have a list in my book. So in my book, I have a special list just for mermaids. There are 18 as of now. And then Nora Corbett has 6 mermaids in the regular without the border, 1 with the border, and then 1 pattern to match the one with the border in a cross stitch magazine I have shown you before, cross stitch needlework. I intend to do those, so I'll have 8 in total. I intend to stitch them all and put them downstairs in my ground floor toilet. Toilet doesn't sound right here in a loop, but it's really large. You can fit a wheelchair for that. I don't know why they designed it so big. So yeah, it's gonna go there. I need to collect the rest. With regards to my stash videos, I actually have more charts than I have kits. I just started the kit because they're easier to pull out. I have some chatelaines. I have a lot of chatelaine charts, and I have 2 fully fitted ones. One is really old. I have some Dutch and some Danish ones. I have Mirabilis. I think I'll save Mirabilis till the end. I have over 20. I love Mirabilis and Nora Corbett and Lavender Lace. I have some French ones. I'm probably gonna make one video this week to put it in on the next installment of my stash. Right, what else has arrived? This is all going to be Russian. They came from the Russian website. Let me see. Are they all Riolis? The all Riolis, with the exception of this is called Alisa. I've never stitched this brand. It has a colored chart. I'm not big on colored charts. I prefer them black and white, but we'll see. It still has symbols, so as long as it has symbols, I don't care. Lilacs. I love lilacs. And it's fitted with the fabric, which is Ida, and all the threads, and even the needle produced by a Russian brand called Gamma. I've never stitched with Gamma. It's going to be a new experience to me. Some people really hate it, some people really love it. It's polarized in opinion. I don't even know what count of Ida it is, to be honest, but I will be substituting it. But I like the design. I think this is stitched in 28 or 14, which will have to be changed to at least 16, if not 18, so 32 or 36 count linen. Because you can see it's pretty pixelated, and I don't like pixelation. And if I can minimize this, this is 41 by 32 centimeters. If I switch from 28 count to 36 count, it will be much smaller, so will be win-win. I'm quite curious, never done this brand before. Everything else is Riolis, so it's a matching pair. That's the first one. They don't have a name if they come in the regular collection. They just have a number, so that's 1550. It's created by Galina Skabeeva. It comes on a 14 count flax and swigert Ida fabric. which is not bad. It's not bad, so you can do pull-up with it, but I think I still will swap it. And interestingly, it's not stitched with cotton, it's stitched with Italian. I think I said it's Italian, yes, it's Safil woolen acrylic yarn. 23 colors, has one cotton, 24, which would be, if it's Riolis, would be, I think, Anchor. They only use Anchor. And they even give you 2 wooden hangers. So you can completely finish it up as a pull-up. But I don't see the wooden bits. I haven't opened it. I don't see the wooden bits. But I'm sure they're in. Yeah, I can feel them. You can see what they do is they give you rolls for all of the colors, and they also give you color card, which is useful because I don't know where to buy. I'm quite interested in stitching. I have some Orioles that with wool, but I've never tried it. People say it's lovely. Once you start doing it, you want to do more of them. I love to have color cards just in case something goes wrong, just like it happened with my fuchsias, and I haven't seen the color cards for this. It has a matching pair. How's that actually called? It's called Yezhevika in Russian, but I don't know how it's called in English. It's like a wild berry from the same family as raspberry. And the second matching one is strawberry. So you can see if that one was 1,550, then this one would be 1,551. Exactly same materials inside, but it has less colors. It has only 18 colors in wood and wool and 1 color in cotton. Same hangers. What I do like about the fabric they give, this is not fraying. I don't know if you can see, but they say it just looks this way. It's not fraying. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I'm quite tempted to give it a go soon, but I have a lot of things I want to give some attention soon. Another lilac, also by Riolis. This is 1,533. It's a large design. It's 45 by 45 centimeters. Again, done with the wool. And this time it's 17 colors and there's no cotton included at all. It's the same designer, Galina Skabeva. And it's an interesting count 10 fabric, but I'm gonna swap it for count 20 even width from Zweigart. I love this. I would still do it in a large count because I think it's done with 3 threads. And I think that might be the first out of those 3 wool ones I will do. And the last but not least, that's like the gold collection from Dimensions. It's a nice Riolis premium kit, and that's called Madame Manet. Madame Manet doing her needlework, and it's based on the picture by Camille Manet. Well, picture is by Manet, but that's Camille Manet. So I guess it's his own wife. I've seen that stitched. I'm going to put a link below to the Russian Floss Tube channel, where the girl has done a lot of small updates. So she showed the kit fully open, and then she goes through her starts and how she stitches it and her progress, and finally the result. She hasn't framed it yet, but if I pull it out, you can see it has either, it has all the threads. This is an old kit. Riolis has celebrated their 20th anniversary since founding this year, and they have now decided to move away from this system to a new one that they give you 1 large bobbin for the thread. So instead of having this, you have a large bobbin, same as Lukaya's does for the Ukrainian brand. But this is the old kit, and it comes with handles, so it's a gift series, and you can see the premium collection. They do a lot of work based on a famous Russian picture, Staveniutin, Tretyakovskaya Gallery in Moscow. but I'm not that interested in them. This to me though is, and people I've seen who've stitched it, they changed her nose because it says it has a little bit of a hump, which you can see here, but I'm going to keep it because look at mine. My nose was broken. I used to be goalkeeper, so it looks a little bit like me. I'm keeping it, even down to the hair color. If I stitch this is probably going to live in my craft room, somewhere over there on the wall, but I quite like this. There might be more things coming next week for the stash. After I finished recording my dimensions video and my anchor, I had an urge for one more kit from each, which I bought. And there's a lot of things I would love to buy. I have to keep myself restrained. And there is a parcel coming from 1 to 3 Stitch, which I put an order to 3 weeks back. I don't know if that arrives. My husband said he's gonna start watching my videos, and that's not a good sign. If he watches this, he might destroy my access to PayPal. Which has benefits and it has drawbacks, but we'll see. Right, so the plans for my videos. What I'm gonna do is, straight after this, I'm going to record a video, which will be my tag. And I'll do it in 2 languages. So I'll do the tag called No Needlework in English, answer all the questions in English, and then if you don't speak Russian, you can just log out. If you do speak Russian, I'm going to do exactly the same questions in the same order, but in Russian. The reason behind it is that because a lot of the girls who tried to watch my videos in English recently from the Russian floss tube, they got really confused, like, if you're Russian, why is it in English? We don't understand anything you say, and they call me Anna. Well, in Russian, my name doesn't sound like Anna. My full name is Anastasia. I'll talk about it later. So for English people, yes, it's Anna, but with one N, just like as my nick here. But for Russians, that's not how you're gonna call me. So I think it would be nice if I do the tag, just to kill like every possible question being repeatedly asked over and over and over again. It would be nice. It would be nice if you don't speak English, but you try to subscribe to my channel to actually meet me properly in Russian. So I'll record this. On a Tuesday or Wednesday, I'll do a next update on my stash. I have no idea what it is. Probably going to be Fear Governor and some French designs. Oh, ice cream van. Tempting. Yeah, so I will do that. And then on Sunday next week, I'll come back with my regular updates and the plans for the next week. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.